Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good Sunday morning to you. This is our fourth Sunday morning journey. This is where we bring so much together. And so in this time that we have together, I would ask you to make this a ritual time for yourself, taking this time to settle into your breath, settle into your body, allow your mind to become still, and just allow yourself to use this time for you. Be sure to maybe have something, some water, some tea, and your workbook. We'll be looking at page 4 first. Go ahead and take that moment to get yourself settled in and organized and get all that you need. And go ahead and write in the chat a little good morning, that we see that you're here. You step up to the table and you join your sisters in the circle. Go ahead, I'm watching the chat. A little good morning to all of you. Good morning, Victoria. Good morning, good morning. Taking this moment, good morning, Leslie. Taking this moment here to just bring yourself to this present moment. To have all that you need right here, right now. Settling into your breath. Know that you are held in sacred space, and if you would like, you can open sacred space for yourself, opening your Viracocha over yourself. Most importantly, feeling the earth holding you and coming up to meet you. Good morning, Gina. Go ahead and take this time to just allow this to be your time. And so here we place our intention to join with our sisters in this present time and outside of time, where we are all together, joined together in our strength, joined together in our commonality, joined together in our journey. We call upon, of course, this sacred space. We call upon all of the archetypes to hold this space for us. We call upon the lineage of the North to come and to be with us, to help us hold this space. And as we say in the prayer, to whisper to us in the wind. Placing our intention to use this time together to breathe deeply down into that root chakra and allow the energy to fill your first, second, and third chakras down into your legs, allowing your roots to go deeply down into your legs. Placing the intention here that this time will deeply nourish you. From a deep place that only the Pachamama can offer you. Nurtures your soul, nurtures your mind. Okay. So we're going to go through a bit of the work that is offered to you on the Sunday morning journey pages, as well as then we're going to pop in and journey to the upper world to make our acquaintance to Pachacudi, to make our acquaintance to all that's there for us, and to step into the place of the upper world, a place where it is pure creation energy, where we can make new choices so that when things are birthed, they are birthed into this lifetime the way that we choose. It's powerful stuff. Okay. Held in sacred space, intention, grounding. This is your time, breathing. Let's jump into page 4. Okay. So we're going to jump over the journey real quick. And we're going to talk about the sisterhood exchange. Now, of course, I laid out on page 17 and 18 the principles, the roles and responsibility of the sisterhood exchange for this module. So in the other times that you have done this sisterhood exchange, of course, you have done your sand painting first, closed your sand painting. You have brought to your sisterhood exchange a place. Well, first, I'm sorry. First, you've contacted your sister. You've settled into a date, a session, and hopefully you ladies have that already. And so that is something that essentially you would be working on this week. And then at the same time, you will be working on the journal work so that when you create your sand painting, you know exactly what needs to go in there. So let's look at this. On page 18, it says, as the sacred sharer in the first session, right? This is before you create your sand painting, but it feeds into it what you're working on in your journal inquiry. So here is where the sacred sharer offers the old, worn out story and limited beliefs that she has been carrying around for way too long. This is the story of your contracts first, and how they affect choices, beliefs, and create suffering, if they have. Then the sacred sharer, okay, and so this is what the sacred sharer talks about. She says, you know, I've been doing the journal inquiry, and these are the contracts that I have come up against. The contract with this person, the contract with this person, or the contract with the person in my future that I'm already contracted to act in a certain way. I.e., if you were raised to be, and this is once again in the example, if you were raised to be subservient in your relationships with other people, especially your relationship maybe to your spouse, then that contract is already written before you've even gotten, I mean, if you're not married yet, before you've even gotten to that relationship, or before you even met your spouse or your significant other that maybe you're with or have been with, that contract was already there, whatever it was. So it's not necessarily that it was the same as I gave in the example, but whatever that contract was, it was already there before you even met that person. Amazing? Okay. So in the Sacred Sisterhood Exchange, you're going to be talking about that. You know, in my journal inquiry, I realized I have contracts for this, this, and this. Okay. So go ahead and type in the chat just a little bit about, you know, I found out my contract was about this with this type of person. Go ahead. So Gina, you said on Friday, you said that it actually was with your mother. Would you like to share, you know, what exactly was that about? Was it about you needing to be a certain way, or needing to be a certain type of person, or needing something like that? Leslie, Victoria. Anybody else who wants to say good morning and let me know that they're here? Go ahead and use the chat to allow our processes to continue here. And I'll be looking for those. Okay, so in that Sacred Sisterhood Exchange, you're going to be talking about these contracts that you have identified and how they affect your choices in those relationships, how they affect your beliefs about how to operate in that relationship. Victoria, I have discovered that one of my contracts is to be controlling of men, i.e. the romantic relationships in my life. Very good. Okay, very good. And so as you walk into that type of contract, see where it comes from. See what, you know, what is the outcome that you are trying to get in that contract. And is that really what you want? Is that how you want to operate in your relationships with men, to be controlling of them? You know, because then you will only bring in men who can be controlled, right? Or you'll bring in men that can't be controlled, and then you aren't able to feel fulfilled. So this can happen in both ways, right? But the main point is that that contract, does it uphold your highest good? Does it uphold what it is that you want in your life? Okay. I'll be looking for more in those in the chat. Thank you, Victoria. Keep going, ladies. Okay. Okay. And does it create suffering? So this is something that you will be sharing, right? So Victoria, you'll be sharing that, and then you'll be sharing a little bit more. Okay. Gina says, with my mother, it was that I was obligated in ways like she was, okay, always, okay, like she was always to be there for the family, and is a very and it's a very codependent way of being. Which then translated to being victim to my husband that I am now ending a 23-year marriage with, right? Okay. And so your mother taught you that you are obligated to always be there for the family. And what ends up happening is that you end up creating a triangle where you are disempowered, where you are codependent on the family being a certain way, right? Everybody has to be okay. Everybody always has to be okay. That's the rescuer, right? That's the rescuer. Everybody always has to be okay. They're not okay, and I have to make sure that they're okay. And I will sacrifice myself in so many different ways to make sure that that happens. That's the rescuer and victim, and can go into, very good, Gina, and can go into perpetrator very, very easily. Now, I just want to take this as a caveat. These relationships, they teach you your power. They are gifts. Let me repeat, they are gifts. As much as they can be torture, as much as they can, and I really just mean this in a spiritual, emotional place. If these relationships are abusive, if these relationships are in any way harmful, right? If you are not feeling safe in these relationships, that's a whole different conversation, and that's not what we're talking about here, right? Everybody understands that that's not what we're talking about here. We're not talking about these verbally I should say these physical, verbal, abusive places. Now, that said, being on the triangle of disempowerment, you can absolutely feel verbally abused. You can absolutely feel abused in a lot of different ways. But this is where that fine line is of where does your power lie? What action do you need to take to end this triangle of disempowerment? And if it is an abusive situation, if it is a situation that is abusive, you are literally feeling abused, well, this is where you need to have the come to Jesus moment that says, do I need to get out? Or do I have power here to negotiate this within myself to be able to make change, right? There's always that conversation that needs to happen. We are going deep, deep, deep into social stuff, family stuff, and to deep into disempowerment dynamics. And when we get there, these things can get really, really gray. So your biggest job is to make sure that the things that you choose uphold you. That's how you get off the triangle, okay? They uphold you. And if you are in an abusive situation, or if you are in a situation where you are taking abuse from someone else, then you just need to make bigger choices, don't you? Right? It's not just breaking the contract and choosing to get off the triangle, breaking the contract, choosing to get off the triangle, and maybe getting out of the relationship. But that is something that you will discover by doing this work first, right? We have to calibrate you in your power first. And then you will know the right action to take, right? Okay. So in that first session of the Sisterhood Exchange, you're going to be sharing with the Sacred Witness the contracts that you have come up with and how these choices, these contracts have led to choices, beliefs, and possible suffering, okay? Then you're also going to share the breakup letters. Now, I did post the example of the breakup letter on the Facebook post with after yesterday's or Friday's module was finished. I did put that in there, as well as I added, or I should say I edited the document in Kajabi so that if you printed it after the module on Friday morning, then you will have the example. Either way, you have an example there. Okay. So the breakup letter. Dear so-and-so, I no longer choose, fill in the blank. I now choose, fill in the blank. Thank you for your cooperation, the management, right? The management of you, the management of you, okay? This is where you shift from a place of it's me versus everybody else, right? It's me versus everybody else. That's not true here, right? You take everybody else, you stand as you first, and you make decisions as you first, yeah? These are your contracts, but they're agreements that you made outside of time. And this is why we need to do this work so that you cut the contracts, because you always have a choice to change them. It's just you have to uncover them first. You have to acknowledge them first. They need medicine first, acknowledgement. Okay, so back to the north. All right, so we need to bring in a place of flying on our journey and only drinking from the sweetest of nectar, only drinking from the sweetness of life, what it is that we find sweet, only allowing that in our life. right? And having the thorns, the barrier, the proper boundaries so that nothing in our life sucks the life out of us anymore. Nothing in our life goes out of us without us being conscious of it and without us saying yes or no, right? We need to do this now. These contracts have been hanging out for years and years and years, but you are an adult, you are an empowered woman, and now you get the chance to break the contract, hence the breakup letter. Okay. So as a sacred sharer, in that first session, that is what you're going to do. Now, in the first session and the second session of the Sacred Sisterhood Exchange, the witness, once again, is witnessing. She is just being present for the transformation that is happening, for the communication, internal communication that is happening for the person, for the sacred sharer. She is using her high vibrational healer archetype to just hold the new vision for the other person, for the sacred sister, for the sharer. So when you sit as sacred witness, you are not going, you are not taking notes. You are not doing any of those things where you're actually interacting. You're witnessing. You're sitting back. You're allowing the sacred sharer to just share. And you are holding it without judgment, right? There's no yes, no, this, that. There's no judgment involved. When you're taking notes, there's a judgment. There's a, okay, this is what she said, so I'm going to write that down. Yes, this is what she said, right? There's a yes and no in there. You're not doing any of that as a sacred witness. So this is doing two things for you. One, it's training you to be a sacred witness for your own life, because this is vital for you to be able to do this, to be able to sit back and go, okay, that works and that doesn't. My boundaries are shit over here and my boundaries are good over here. Okay, what do I need to do? That's witnessing what is happening in your own life. Well, you're doing it for the sacred sharer. And then when the witness mirrors back to the sharer the high vibrational medicine of what I see in you is courage, tenacity. I see something wanting to grow. I see something growing. I see you taking your power and using it for you. That's high vibrational medicine. That is allowing your entire vessel to be medicine. Because it's not necessarily, the absolute perfect words. It's the feeling of, you know what, sacred sharer, you got this. You are a rock star. You are a divine being. You can manifest whatever it is that you need to manifest. And I uphold that belief. I uphold that. I resonate that frequency for you. This is law of attraction. This is physics. This is how to raise your vibration. And this is highest form of healing. Okay? See yourself stepping into that. This is big medicine that you guys are learning. First of all, you're learning to do it for somebody else. And then you're realizing, oh, I can do this for myself. Okay? So use your sisterhood exchange to your highest ability. Absolute highest ability. And once again, I'll say it again, if you do not understand, if you do not fully grasp what's happening here, right? And what needs to happen here, read this over. Read it carefully. Ask on the Facebook group. You will get the clarity that you need if you at least ask the questions, ask a question, right? Okay, so get what you need. Step into that. Now, in the second session of the sacred sharing, all right, so here is where the sacred sharer offers her new and stabilized account of the work that she has shifted and opened. So guess what? You need to do the fire or the sand painting, and then the fire ceremony between, of course, the first session and the second session. And you'll see on page 2 that that is how I have broken that out. So the first session you've been working in the contract work, the journaling work, the part 1 work of the journaling. Then you have that first buddy session somewhere in there. You share, you allow that witness to give you that gift. You allow for yourself to acknowledge what's changing and what needs to change. And you do that breakup letter. You bring in the medicine that you need there. Then you create that sand painting. In the sand painting, you are literally picking up different things that are burnable or not necessarily, but you want to make sure that there are things that are burnable in there. And you're breathing into each piece different aspects of what is going on. So right here, I'll blow into the contract. Okay, this is the contract of the, and you think it in your mind and you use your breath. You're in prana, you bring prana, energy, to that object, and you put it in the sand painting. Okay, then the next piece of that contract, okay, this makes me feel this way, and you blow it in there, and this is what has happened because of this, blow it in there, right? This is the triangle of disempowerment that I'm starting to see for myself, blow it in there, right? Okay, Leslie says, should we only do one breakup letter? Can we do more than one? Well, if you're going to do a breakup letter, thank you for that question. Great question. Okay, so each contract needs at least one breakup letter. Are you asking, can we do more than one breakup letter per contract? That doesn't make any sense to me. One contract, one breakup letter. I think that's what you're asking, right? So one contract, one breakup letter. Just go ahead and write in the chat to make sure that I'm answering this question appropriately, or at least I'm understanding the question. Thank you so much for that question. I'm sure you were not the only one to have that question. Okay, Lizzie says, no, just wondering how many contracts, right? You find your contracts. You write the breakup letter for them. So just let maybe every day 2 come up. Maybe every day 1 comes up, right? You have a whole week of doing that processing work, that journaling work, okay? Right, just remember, okay. I feel like I answered that question, okay. But if I did not, please let me know. Okay, so in the second session, here we were in the blowing into the sand painting. So in a contract that you are blowing all the things that you shared with your in your sisterhood exchange, all the contracts that are coming up for you, all the pieces where you become trapped and feel trapped or feel obligated or feel anxious or feel guilty. You're going to blow that into something that's burnable or something that's in your sand painting that feels right. You're going to create that, right? You're going to allow that to be there, and you're going to allow the earth to hold it, and you're going to allow the 5 elements to come and help them. Now, caveat, if there is a contract that you find and it holds you in and you don't want to break it, you're not going to want to break it. You're not going to break it. Okay? So if you feel real good, about a contract, there's not necessarily a reason to break it. Although, if you are the rescuer and you feel good about when a victim is on your line, you might want to look at that contract. In fact, I would support you in looking at that contract big time. Because if a rescuer needs, and this is where Gina goes with this, I believe, a rescuer is codependent, can be codependent. A shadow rescuer can be codependent. And for her to no longer be codependent, she needs to step off and no longer need someone else to be the victim, right? That is a part of this process that you would put in the sand painting, right? And you make sure that that sand painting has all these different pieces that you are working with, right? Blow it into something and put it in there. Blow it into something and put it in there. Move it around, make it a work of art. And then every day, multiple times a day, you go out there and you move stuff around. Don't forget to open sacred space. Don't forget to open your Viracocha over your sand painting, closing your Viracocha before you leave, holding the sacred space open. Okay, and then number one, after you've, have visited it all week, and you must visit this. This is something for you, and this is a way of you processing. So get out there and process every day. Great, Gina. You collect the burnables with great reverence and gratitude, and you bring them to the sacred fire, the fire ceremony, which I put the document in the Kajabi downloads for you. They are not in this workbook. They've been in the last 2 workbooks, but that PDF is available to you in your Kajabi account underneath Module 4. Okay. So now you've done your sand painting. You've done part 1 that whole week. You've done that whole week. You've done your sand painting. You've done that whole week of part 2 journaling, right? Where you go into the triangle of disempowerment. You allow yourself to continue to add things to the sand painting as you go through that journaling time of part 2 of the journaling. You allow yourself to shift and change and add and blow into and move and move and move, because these things are continuing to come up for you. Then at the end of that second week, or at least on that Friday, or ideally on that next Friday, I'm looking at the schedule here, you're going to close the sand painting, closing your Viracocha, closing the directions, taking the burnables, taking it to that sacred fire. If you do not do that sacred fire, you are leaving this work undone. It's just how it goes. You are leaving this work undone. Sidebar, thank you, Leslie, for this. Please make sure that your fire is hot. Your fire is really, really hot. Get those coals going. You'll read through the fire ceremony work, and it says, you got to go through a couple stages of blessing the fire, doing all of that. And when the fire seems friendly, which means it feels right. You'll know this intuitively after doing this a couple times. It feels right to do it. It's nice and hot. You're not forcing it. You're not waiting for it. You're not, you're not doing that push and pull thing. You're just with it. Then it's time to burn your stuff. Now, in fire ceremony, and it says this in the instructions, we do this from a place of detachment. Right? We do this from a place of detachment. So we need those coals to be wicked hot. Put our stuff in, we turn away, only to turn around to make sure that our fire is safe. We turn away and we detach. We allow a separation. This is a symbolic ritual that allows your body to understand, that allows your vibration to understand that you are doing something different now and that you are changing. And guess what? This new moon that we just had yesterday, that is what this energy is about. So use this time. Use this time to create those separations, and at the same time, allowing those new places that you're bringing in with the breakup letter and with the 4 agreements to come in and to settle in and to get into your cells, because you're choosing to use them. Okay, all right. So you've done your part 1. You've done your part 2. You have done your first Sacred Sisterhood exchange. You have done your sand painting. You did your fire. Now it's time to have your second sisterhood exchange. And here we go. Here is where the sacred sister, the sacred share, offers her new and stabilized account of the work that she has shifted and opened. You are literally sharing the magic that you have just created. Okay. So your dreams, the insights, the spontaneous healing, the ease, the growth, the energy, and the creator activations are all part of this new account. Now, so when you share, you're sharing that you are owning these new places. I now own, I release this and I own this, right? Owning, honoring, activating, and intensifying, because you are allowing the sacred witness to witness and raise and elevate the new vibration that you are bringing in for yourself here. By using your words to shift the contracts, the triangle, and agreement into light and power-filled expression. That is power, and you are doing it for yourself. The more that you step into this, the more that you dedicate yourself to these places of ritual and places of reverence, the more power that you will be able to shift, right? You're the one who's in control here. This is your boat. You get to drive it. Gina has a question. So we do not put the burnables in until it is very hot and burning for a while. Follow the fire ceremony instructions. All the blessing things with the olive oil, the whole thing. Make sure your coals are hot. Make sure it feels stable, right? That it doesn't need you to be throwing paper at it, and it doesn't need you to be throwing more kindling at it. You have decent coals. Decent coals that will burn without, that will burn the burnables without your constant tending. Put your stuff in there, turn away, only turn around to tend it, to make sure that everything is getting burnt, and you're not doing this with a place of need, place of attachment. You're doing this just with it is what it is. Everything is in there. I'm doing my work. I'm going to trust the universe. Make sure the fire stays safe, you stay safe, and everything gets burned. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Keep the questions coming. Great. Okay. So that is the second sisterhood exchange, of course, and then the witness comes. I hear, this is what I hear, this is what I feel, raising that vibration and supporting that. You're welcome, Gina. Supporting that for your sister, okay? All of these places is where all of your skills, all of your power gets a chance to show itself to you and for you to use it. So step into this. Step into this. Do this with power. As always, if you have any questions, post them. Okay. So let's see. All right. Of course, we're running out of time because that's just how we go these days. All right. So I want to move back to page. I lost my page. Page 4. So after you have done your second sisterhood exchange, you are now ready to create the altar for yourself. And you will see this on page 8. Ritual of honor and altar to your higher self. So every module, the second, third, and now fourth module, you have been creating, altering, beefing up, giving love to an altar of your power, right? An altar where you and your highest self are together, and all of the totems and all of your guides, all of the things that come in to support you and nurture you are held there, are honored there. So now, since this is the last module, we're going to go a little bit deeper into that honoring. And so on page 8, you'll see, and ideally, this is on day, I believe, 18, in the ideal schedule. So it's right after your second sisterhood exchange. You create a ritual. So as this is the last Sunday of the module on the program, create a restorative ritual for yourself to honor your dedication to upholding the integrity of your journey. Give yourself a round of applause. Create ritual for taking care of yourself, okay? Allow this ritual to bring honor to your walk, power to your system, and gratitude to your heart. What more could you need? What more would you want? That's beautiful. Let's do that for yourself. Only you can do this for yourself. No one is going to come out of the woodwork. No person is going to come and save you. Nothing's going to happen here unless you create it for yourself. We do not live in a society where ritual is created by other person unless you have to do this for yourself. Utilizing the altar you have already nurtured into existence, add gifts and offerings to thank yourself for your work and love. It is self-love. It is dedication to your passion and self-love. It is vital to your closing of this work well. I've also added a reference on energetic cleansing and grounding on page 19 through 21. Okay. So this is in your, sit with it. Maybe you bathe yourself in some rose oil. Maybe you bring in your Isis oracle. Maybe you burn a candle and bring in your Palo Santos, and maybe there's beautiful music, and maybe you do the Adi Shakti, or maybe you do the fire breathing, or maybe something that allows you to just settle in and say, thank you, thank you, thank you to yourself. To yourself, thank you. I did wonderful. I did so great. I did so great. I honored myself and I continue to honor myself. Do this for yourself. No one else is going to do this for you. Good. Leslie asks, and this goes back to the contracts. Thank you, Leslie, for this question. Do we only have contracts with people? Can they be with things like illness, food, sex? Absolutely. Absolutely. Check all of those out. Money? What? Talk about a contract? This is where I say, we have contracts with life. We have this is the triangle of disempowerment. We have this with life, God, money, those sorts of things. I'm sure there's a contract there, right? Thank you for that question. It's a really, really important point. Thank you for that. So everybody check that out for yourself. Okay, so I've gone through the altar to higher self. So that brings you through the schedule. Now, some extra things here. Every Sunday I've offered you, I should say the first 2 Sundays, I've offered you 2 different restorative baths. Do them if they feel good, or use the bath that we were using before. Do something to energetically cleanse yourself every week. In the article that I've also put on that, put in the workbook, page 19 through 21, there are some practices there as well. Do something to energetically cleanse yourself, right? It helps you cut cords. It helps you to just calibrate yourself internally. This needs to be a week by week process, okay? All right. So I will leave you with that because I feel that those instructions are really clear. All right, let's look at the time because I'm quite sure we're running out. Yep, we got 15 minutes left. Okay. So be sure to read through all the other pieces of the workbook, especially about Hummingbird. Hummingbird teaches us so much. We're actually going to bring her power on here today. So, okay, we're going to be moving now into the journey. Give yourself a moment to get ready. Make any shifts in your seating. Drink. So this is a Upperworld journey that we're going to go into. So as always, we call upon the Pachamama to hold us. Call upon the Mother. I love the fact that every single one of us are on the earth right now. Every single one. Whether you are listening now or listening to this when on the replay, we are all on the earth. Okay. It is the connecting factor. Our roots are here. This body is connected to the earth. And so allowing that place of connection, that place of nurturing, that vessel of the earth, place of gratitude and service, to be the place where we connect, where we are gracious, and we give gratitude for our sisters here in this circle. I want you to remember that as you move forward on your journey. You know, us closing this program, you guys working through this module and closing this program in just a couple weeks, I want you to remember that every sister is connected to this earth. Our wombs are cosmos that are connected to this earth, and that this is our connecting place. All the work that you do moving forward with yourself and with other women, start from the place of the earth. Start from the place of the Mother. Allow her to connect you first. That will stabilize you. That will allow you to be in right relationship with that sister. And this place of nurturing will allow each person to be nurtured well, to be held well. Now, at the end of this journey, just like always, I will sign off and allow you to do your the work that comes out of this. So journaling, whatever happens for you here. And allowing yourself to just bring that journey in, and all of the information that comes to you in the journey, taking the time to write it down as soon as the journey is over, and to go into that and inquire, into an inquiry. Okay, so before we do that, please post any comments, any questions in the chat so that we can handle those now. So at the end of the journey, I can just let you be and sign off. Okay, no questions. Everybody with me? Good. Give me a little yep with you. Ready to go. Good. Good, good. Come on. Everybody let me know that you're with me, ready to do this journey. Great, Gina. Leslie is ready. Feel yourself held in sacred space here. Feel your roots going down into the earth. Sinking deep into your breath now. Breathing deep into your belly. Allowing yourself to concentrate your energy to the three power places within your system. Your Cusco, your belly, your heart center, and your third eye. Concentrate that energy there. Allowing your boundaries to be intelligent, integritous, clean and clear. Allow your energy to be flowing within you, fully nurtured, fully held by the Pachamama, and allowing yourself to receive from the Pachamama as well as the light of the universe, as now we see ourselves in the field. In a wide open field on a beautiful day with beautiful wildflowers dancing in a sweet, sweet breeze. Clear skies with just the right amount of white, fluffy clouds. And the sun shining on your face and kissing your cheeks just so sweetly. Feeling the earth holding you, feeling a place of joy, contentment, peace and balance being right here, right now. And we begin to walk. Walking forward, enjoying the breeze, enjoying the sunshine, allowing your fingertips to skim the top of tall growing wildflowers as you walk. Birds, ladybugs, butterflies, dragonflies, hummingbirds. Feeling fully supported here. Walking. You see in the distance a ladder. And you get an internal jolt of excitement. A ladder to the sky? Oh yes, I'll grab on. And here we go. Climbing now, bringing yourself to the ladder. and climbing up. Climbing this ladder and feeling as if you're climbing, this place of beauty and contentment just continues within your system. You feel an excitement to climb this ladder. Up, up, up. Then you come to a cloud. A cloud that you know it's time for you to get off the ladder and onto the cloud. And you are walking, held by this cloud. You're walking on the bright, fluffy cloud. There's an elevator. Let's get in. It goes up, up, up. And as the elevator climbs, you see different levels that we begin to pass. Some are dark, and they get lighter and lighter. Just let them go. No need to judge, no need to stop, no need to know what's there. Just continue to go past these different levels. And finally, we get to the fourth world. Look at this. Interesting. Let's go up one more level. Let's go to the fifth. Everybody in the elevator? Up, up, up. Out of the elevator, and we look around. What do you see in the fifth world? Now, as you walk, you begin to see different animal totems here. Allow the orca to be here. Great orca, come. Come be with us here. There you are. See her. Feel her. Allow her to infuse you with this high, high vibrational wisdom. There's another ladder now. Let's climb up, up, up. Nice deep breath here. Feeling joyful, feeling balanced, feeling peaceful. Up, up, up. And at the top of the ladder, there's a door, a hatch. Let's open it. Climbing through the hatch. Allow yourself to be in this place of the upper world. And as you stand and you survey all that you see here or all that you don't, just allow yourself to be here in the upper world. And call upon now Pachacudi Inca. Come, Pachacudi, come. And come, Royal Hummingbird, come. Feel her flight. Feel the infinity that she brings. Feel the power that she brings here. You might hear her flying by you. So fast and so peaceful. And Pachacudi comes in a very big way. You can feel his energy, or hers. And you feel this place of infinite wisdom, infinite opportunities, infinite creatorship, absolutely outside of linear time and into circular time. A place of perfection where time stands still and heavenly order, balance, perfection lives. Take a moment here and see if a conversation between you and Pachacuti can happen. Allow the elders to come. Ask someone if you don't see Pachacuti. Ask someone, where is he? Bring him. Allow this time with Pachacuti. Allow him to whisper to you the wisdom of the Upperworld here. All is balanced and all is peaceful. And now we allow our original star being parents to come. These are the masculine and feminine energy of our soul, of our highest self. Allow them to come and allow them to teach you. Teach you whatever it is that they have for you to know. And allow Hummingbird to bring her power. And there is a gift for you from your star being galactic parents, from Pachacuti, from all of your lineage, from all of your animal and power spaces. There's a gift for you. They bring it out. Notice it. Receive it. Ask questions about it. See what it is that you need to know about this gift. Allow yourself to receive this gift with gratitude and graciousness and bring it into your system. This is a gift outside of time. This is a gift from heaven. Bring it into yourself. From the angels. From your totems. From all of your guides. Bring it in. Know what you need to do with it. Know how it will bless your life. Understanding the instructions. Just allow yourself to be filled with this information. It happens kind of via ESP. Or maybe you see it. However it works for you is perfect. And now Pachacuti comes close to you. And he wants you to understand that it is here in the upper world. This is where we get an opportunity to change what it is that we want to change before it's born. Pachacudi wants you to know that all of the work that you have done and all of the work that you are doing is a way of allowing yourself to change what needs to be changed, what you say you want to be changed, before the next part is born. Feel this wisdom. Feel this power to be able to make choices, to take on the courage of the hummingbird, to fill that belly place, to fill that third chakra with the hummingbird power, to take this journey, to take your gifts, to take this journey, and to choose what's on it, to change what needs to be changed, so your journey becomes fulfilling, full of happiness, full of peace, full of wonder, full of everything that you wish your life to be. Allow that wisdom to infuse your body, your mind, your system. Allow the power that Pachacudi offers you. Allow the gifts that you have been offered, the wisdom you have been offered, the perspective that you have been offered. Allow the power of the hummingbird, the courage of the hummingbird to sink deeply into your system. As you thank all that have come here to support you and to be with you here, Pachacudi, you thank your galactic star being soul parents. You thank all that have come here for you to support you. And we begin to journey down through the hatch, down the ladder, down into the fifth world. Thanking all in the fifth world, into the elevator, past the fourth world, maybe saying thanks on the way down the elevator. Down, down, down. The elevator stops, floating on the cloud. We move to the ladder, down to the field, down to the field, touching ground here, feeling the sun on your face, the breeze cool on your skin, feeling the tall wild flowers on your fingertips as you walk, walking. Nice deep breath here. You allow yourself to be in this new time and new space with all that you need. Taking this time now to journal with all that you have learned. To be with all that you have been given. I thank you. Enjoy your day.